So here's some interesting news. I went in to see my doctor a couple of days ago, right? And I've had high blood pressure, like not high blood pressure, but enough that I should be on medication for probably I don't know, good 4 or 5 years. And went in, and I haven't taken my blood pressure medication for like, I went in because I ran out, but I ran out like months ago. And so I went in, they took my blood pressure, and they're like, wow, you have blood pressure's perfectly fine. Like, did you do something different? I'm like, no. They're like, well, you said you haven't taken your medication for how long? I said, like, at least a couple months. He's like, really? So what did you do differently? You know, he's like, because it usually doesn't just fix itself. You change your diet, you quit smoking, quit drinking. I was like, well, I'm like, I'm like, what I did is I don't drink nearly as much as I used to. They're like, oh, well, you know, because they prescribed me back in the day, a while ago, like medication to help me stop drinking or curb my drinking, which didn't work. I've been on and off medication for drinking for a couple of years, and none of it really worked. So I told him, I was like, well, I started microdosing LSD to treat, you know, my alcoholism. He's like, you what? Like, yeah, I've been microdosing LSD. He's like, LSD, the drug, the illegal drug? Like, yes, LSD, the illegal drug. It's like, and that helped you quit drinking? I said, no, I didn't quit drinking. It helped me go from 12 to 15 drinks a day to like 3 or 4 or 5 drinks a day. He's like, really? It's like, so you take LSD every day? I'm like, no. I'm like, you're a doctor, man. You never heard of microdosing? He's like, well, I've heard of it. So he's like, and he got really interested. He's like, so what exactly is this? I said, okay, well, I take a small amount of LSD every 2 or 3 days. That's what I do. He's like, okay, what's this? So I'm like, he's like, so you take LSD all the time? I had to explain the whole thing to him, right? I'm really surprised as a fucking doctor he didn't know this shit. But yeah, I was like, yeah, man, I take a small amount of LSD every day, or every few days, as needed. Sometimes I don't take it for a week. Sometimes I take it, you know, every other day. It just depends, you know. And he's like, and that's what did it for you, huh? He's like, you sure that's what made you quit drinking, huh? I said, I didn't quit drinking. It made me drink considerably less. And I don't know why, but it's been known to do that. It's also been known to treat eating disorders. Also been known to treat, you know, overeating, shit like that. Like, yeah, there's actually a lot of benefits to doing it. And like, it's not a miracle drug, but it doesn't work for everything. It's also been known to treat depression and anxiety. He's like, really? And I was like, yeah, man. I'm really surprised you know, haven't heard about this. He's like, well, I've heard about it. I've kind of. I was like, but they don't really teach us that in medical school and this and that. He's like, yeah, well, I'll tell you what, doc. It works 10 times better than any of those fucking pills you prescribe me, which I threw away a long time ago, by the way. So I'm like, yeah, it's, you know, it's not gonna fix it, but you know, small amounts of LSD, I don't have any negative side effects of it. And I can still go to work and drive a car and shit like that because it's such a small amount. It's not enough to get me high. And I'm like, and also it improves my mood, you know, while I'm on it, you know, and it makes everything just a little bit more enjoyable. Colors a little brighter, things are a little bit funnier. You know, I'm like, you know, but he's like, well, it's like, I'm not going to advise you to do anything illegal or possibly potentially dangerous or hazardous since it is an illegal drug. But if it works for you, you don't have any bad negative effects. And he took my blood work. He's like, let me get some blood work too. So, because he probably wants to see if there's like any weird things. So go for it. Took my blood. So yeah, so that was cool. So yeah, microdosing LSD actually cut my drinking by probably 70%. So that's a good thing if you have a drinking problem. And I heard it helps, you know, for depression, anxiety, and eating disorders. None of that I've had struggled with, but the alcoholism was. So there you go. And it was weird to like lay this on my doctor because like he was kind of, you know, what's the word, flabbergasted? No, not that word, but you know what I'm saying? He was definitely intrigued.